This video is about my attempt to make it to the start line of two of the most exciting races in South Africa, the Cape Epic mountain bike stage race
with 15 seconds to go.
as well as the Cape Town Cycle Tour, which is a road race around the peninsula of South Africa.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and away goes our final batch.
Now, this journey to the start line started almost 18 months ago when I first received a successful entry to the Cape Epic stage race. And after many cancellations, delays, it was finally time to make my way from Canada all the way to the southernmost part of South Africa to take part in these races. Now, this should be a simple, straightforward video about just the transit from Canada to South Africa, but it unfortunately shows all the challenges we face in actually making this trip. As is so often said, if anything can go wrong, it will go wrong. And this video unfortunately highlights some of these failures. So at the beginning of October 2021, I set out from Saskatoon, packed my two little bags of bicycles, one with a road bike, another with a mountain bike, and set off to the airport in Saskatoon. Jermaine said goodbye to me and I boarded the plane.
Call your cabin crew immediately for assistance. Always use care when retrieving carry-on baggage from the overhead bin to avoid injuring yourself or other guests. Thank you for choosing Western.
And had a really quick, uneventful trip from Saskatoon all the way to Calgary. At Calgary, it was eerie that the whole airport just seemed to be so much quieter than at previous trips. There almost seemed to be nobody in the American departure lounge. The business lounge as well was really sparsely populated, but that gave me good access to all the foods and drinks. At the departure gate in Calgary, I had to produce a COVID-19 proof of vaccination as well as a negative PCR test to be able to board the international flight to Amsterdam. The flight from Calgary to Amsterdam was unfortunately delayed by about an hour. It immediately set off alarm bells in that would I be able to meet my connection from Amsterdam to South Africa. The flight into Amsterdam was in the early hours of the morning, and I unfortunately don't have images of the touchdown into Amsterdam. The reception in Amsterdam was very friendly. I had no concerns with regards to entry into the KLM lounge to be able to rest and refresh before the last leg of the journey. The last leg of the journey from Amsterdam to Cape Town was just about 12 hours in length, and this route extended across the length of Africa. The arrival into Cape Town International Airport was not as traumatic as I expected. They required a COVID screening questionnaire, which I had to make sure you did not have any symptoms of the virus or any close contacts with the virus. I had to show proof of vaccination as well as a negative PCR test to be able to be allowed entry into the country. And then it was the wait for the luggage. And with this came the biggest concern. My luggage did not arrive. And so I went to the Bidvest counter to find out exactly what was the concern, what was the problem. And they told me that my bicycles had not yet left Canada. It looks like the transit between flights across the many continents was just too short to allow the bikes to actually travel with me. So when I came to Cape Town, I was told that the bikes had not been loaded in Amsterdam and they were probably still somewhere either in Calgary or somewhere else, who knows where. And that they would be arriving on the next available flight. COVID-19 has unfortunately affected many sectors of the industry, including the airline industry, and it seems that they had probably had a reduction in the amount of baggage staff, and so looks like my bikes unfortunately didn't make it onto the plane in Calgary. So in addition, the number of flights to South Africa from Amsterdam were also reduced, and there was a flight only every second day. I had arrived on Thursday evening, with the race being on Sunday morning, and the next flight into Cape Town was only on Saturday evening at midnight. So they gave me the option of having a courier deliver my bicycle to me either Sunday or sometime the week after, but that would mean I would unfortunately miss my race on Saturday. So even though I thought I had at least a 2 to 3 day buffer between arrival and race day, this was not enough. And after much negotiation and pleading with the baggage staff, they agreed to allow me to re-enter the baggage area if my luggage did make it at about midnight on Saturday, the night before the race. And undoubtedly I was completely devastated by this turn of events. So what seemed like a really easy, comfortable journey indeed turned out to be less pleasant experience. Yeah, so this COVID-19 pandemic has been extremely challenging, I think, not just for myself, but for so many people in general, so many people that have been critically ill, and people that are still ill in hospitals, on ventilators, and our hearts go out to all of you. And the bad news that I have, you know, in no way compares to the complications of all those people that are currently trying to stay alive with COVID. For details on exactly how this unfolds, I will leave those in the next video. And if you've enjoyed this video, please press the like button. If you have enjoyed this content and would like to see more about the adventures of how we get to the start line of the Cape Epic, please subscribe to this channel. Until the next time, cheers.